Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Naz and I read, I write, and try to make meaning out of life while I sit on my desk. So, what did I read since last 8 days? What am I up to? Well. I had to crawl back to my roots. My roots belong to philosophy, and somewhat I have to go back to reading philosophy, understanding philosophy, and it gets depressive at times. I'm not gonna lie, but then I love the subject so much and I was sick. You can see my voice is still coarse. So, well, what I'm trying to do these days is rereading philosophy, and these are the three books that I have read. One is contemporary Western philosophy, one is contemporary Indian philosophy, and then I'm reading B.K. Matilal. This book has nothing to do with my curriculum as for now, but I'm just reading it out of curiosity because I'm trying to research in this field of Indian philosophy, logic, and epistemology, which is a different story. We can discuss all of this later. And I've been thinking for a while to make a video on this. I read this really beautiful play back when I was taking my exams of English Literature Honours. Waiting for Godot by Samuel Beckett, and actually it's Samuel Beckett, but whenever I say it in a flow, I'm like Samuel Bucket, bucket of water. Broken humor. Anyway, so Samuel Beckett's Waiting for Godot play just left an imprint on my soul, to be honest. This is an existential play, and that is mentioned there. After World War II, it was given by a hustler, which was existentialism. You must have heard that phrase, existentialism. No matter you've studied philosophy, you know philosophy, or anything, you must have heard this word, existentialism, which is that your life as such has no meaning, and you have to make meaning of your life. That is what existentialism is. You've often heard people say, "Oh, I'm having an existential crisis. Oh my god, I have an existential breakdown." All of these words roots back to existentialism. And fun fact is that existentialism, every single philosophy that you read is changed through different philosophers of different time, and varies from degree to degree when every other philosopher gives it. So actually this existential term was coined by a Danish philosopher, Kierkegaard. You must have heard this philosopher as well. So he coined the term existentialism. Now Hustler's work was inspired by Kierkegaard, and then his student Edgar's work was inspired by Hustler. And Martin Heidegger inspired a very well-known French philosopher known as Jean-Paul Sartre, who started this existential wave in French philosophy and overall world. Then existentialism was known. Anyway, to begin with the play, we drifted little too back to philosophy, and this happens with me all the time. So the play begins with audience sitting right beside the stage, and there's a dead tree. And under that dead tree stands a very peculiar man named Stringer. And just standing over there, and he's a so-called tramp. He's just standing there, has no logic of its own. And then he sees his friend Vladimir. Oh my God, Vladimir! Hi, come over here. Vladimir comes over there and says, "What are you doing here?" And he says, "Oh, I'm waiting for Gadot." And he's like, "Oh, when is he coming, Gadot?" And Stringer says, "Oh, he has said that he'll come tomorrow." So Nadi said, "Has he said it himself?" He said, No. There's this passenger boy who comes and he tells me that Gadget's coming tomorrow. So I've been waiting since yesterday, because today also he came and he said he'll come tomorrow. So you know what? You can also wait with me." So they both start waiting for Gadget, and they like fight for passing the time. They play card game, they play board games, and they actually, they decide, you know what, let's just hang on the tree while the Gadget comes, then we can come down. Vladi says, Trajan, you go ahead, you go first and go hang yourself on the tree. I don't think it's a good idea. It was this idea. And there's some comic element also, and that is attached to Trajan because he's the one who's strange and peculiar when he does all of those things which are considered very comic. His pants are very important because he's pulling his pants all the time up. They are very loose and they just go down. And Vlad is like, pull up your pants. What are you doing? Let us go. Let us go. So what really here the problem is that Nadir is a clever man. He questions. Why are we waiting for Gadget? And where is he? I've never seen him. Who is he? But he never leaves the tree. He still stands under the tree. While Trajan is someone who's very, very careful. He's like, you know what, when Gadget will come, we'll go and we'll do things in life. So we'll wait for Gadget, and that is the best thing. So he just stands there, never questions who is Gadget, and never thinks what will happen if he never comes. But Vladir is worried. But Vladir's actions never matches his words. He says what we're doing, let us go, but he never moves. And that is what happens at the last of the play. Messenger boy comes and go. He just keeps on telling, oh, Gadget did not come today. He'll come tomorrow. Oh, he'll come tomorrow. He goes like that. So at the end of the play, what really happens is the absurdity of the play you see here is that the play starts under the tree and it ends under the tree. And the audience just sitting over there like this, really confused. What is going on? Who is Gadget? Why is he not coming? The only way they are showing that time is passing is through the tree. The leaves turn yellow, the leaves turn green, and they fall down, then they grow again, and this is how they show that the time is passing by, but there is no personality alteration happening in neither of Estrogen's nor Vladir's, and they're just standing over there and arguing, playing cards, playing card games, board games, and they are not moving whatsoever and not doing anything, and they're just surviving over carrots, turnips, whatever they have in their pockets. And that is the absurdity of the drama, because you start questioning why the writer, the dramatist, is not doing something further. So at last what happens is that Nadir is really frustrated. He says, you know what, let us get going, and I don't know if Gadget is coming. So and they say that thing, and Trajan's like, okay, let me just pull up my pants and then we leave. And the drama ends right there because they say, let us go, and they do not move again. And the curtains gets closed. Audience has this air floating around of confusion, pure confusion, that what is going on, who was Gadget, and why did he not come? So the audience is questioning, and I mean, I was questioning too, but then I read all of it and I realized, oh my god, most of us are waiting for Gadget. I mean, I know so many people who are waiting for Gadget till now. And most of the time, I'm waiting for Gadget. Gadget is like that external push that we all want, and we're waiting for it under the dead tree, which is just as absurd because the tree was dead, but still the time is shown through the tree. The leaves grow, the leaves get yellow, the leaves get green. And all of this just made me question that, am I waiting for Gadget? And wow, most of the time I am, because I've been wanting to write this research paper for a while, and I am waiting for that external push from my professor. I'm waiting that external push from the peers that I usually am with to tell me, you know what, this is time to write a paper, and I just never do that. That made me push to go ahead and start giving the title to my research paper, start writing about it. I mean, this play at least pushed me to do that. That is beautiful. I mean, that is beautiful. And you, my friend, if you're watching this video, you need to, comment on my video. You need to like my video. And if you've not subscribed, then subscribe my video. Don't wait for Gadget, and ask yourself, are you waiting for Gadget? And if the answer comes something like, well, I'll do it tomorrow, then most probably you are. So that is it for today's video, and I'm hoping to come back soon, another week with 2 books on my head right here. and I'll read them, and then I come back, and then I'll see you all. Bye bye.